When they announced they were going to be doing a Marvel special presentation for the Punisher, I was beyond excited. The Punisher throughout all of Marvel Comics has been a really interesting character, and they did a really great job of showing that in the Daredevil Netflix show. He was so good in Daredevil that they went on and gave him his own show, which got 2 seasons on Netflix. And after his show, when Daredevil Born Again started, they brought Frank Castle back in. And with Frank officially in the MCU, it would be almost impossible not to give him his own project. And they did with Punisher One Last Kill. Now, when I first saw that trailer, I know a lot of people had some concerns that they were repeating a lot of things we've seen with Punisher, but for me, it looked so good. But Marvel does need to step up their poster game, because that first poster for Punisher, I don't really know what they were thinking. So when I sat down and clicked play on Punisher One Last Kill, I was expecting a hour-long special. I got about 44 minutes of it, so I'll take it. But I was expecting something that was going to be very action-heavy and have a very heavy emotional center to it. And I am pleased to say that that is exactly what I got. The first 20 minutes is all the emotion, and the last 20 minutes is all the action. Now, I really do understand the complaints of people talking about it and saying that it is a repeat of the arcs we've done with Punisher in the past. Because, to be honest, it is. It's a little different, and it has a slightly different revelation at the end, where it's not really a revelation. It's more of just a slightly different change in perspective for Frank, but he's still doing the same thing, which is being the Punisher. And by the way, I was so worried at the end of it that he wasn't going to take out the guy that had killed the dog. I was so worried they were ruining Frank's character. But then, no. They give you probably the coolest ending to a Marvel project in a very, very long time. And if I really had to sum up what I thought of this little special, it's just so cool. The first 20 minutes is so good, where it just captures all the emotion, and it catches you up with Frank, what he's been doing for the last, we don't know how long he's been in that apartment for, but it catches you up on Frank emotionally, and it really puts you in his frame of mind and sets up the final 20 minutes where it's just straight action. Seeing Frank have to fight almost an entire city is just so cool. I mean, you have all these guys that you've set up as worst of the worst, these awful criminals with really no other character traits to show through. They're just pretty much pure evil. They're so over the top, and they're so 80s. And that's kind of the vibe it did give me. Very heavy 80s action movie vibes. As just a fan who wanted to watch an hour of The Punisher, my only complaint can be that it wasn't long enough. And that's the best possible criticism you can have as a fan of this. And I love that they leave it open. I would love to see another special with Frank, as long as they keep him a static character. He doesn't need to have this huge character arc. He's learned a lot of the things, and I think something that makes the Punisher is that he is of his mindset, and nothing's really going to change him from that. So unless you can find a completely new way to challenge his beliefs, just give Frank another hour-long action special where he can go after the Nucci family, and we can just show straight action. Because that's what was so good about this special, was the action. I cannot get over how good the action was and how much of it we got. So with all that being said, in conclusion, I will give The Punisher One Last Kill an 8 out of 10. Please let me know what you think down below, and I'll see you next time with more videos just like this.